Now let's get started on this video. I will start with 2026 prices. Now in February 2026, look at it was just over $1 million. You know, the market was still recovering from winter floor. In March 2026, it increased to $1,018,000. And now looking at April 2026, it increased to $1,052,000. That is what we saw as the spring shift. And comparing that with May 2026, that is where the approximate house cost went to almost $1,070,000, which is the market recovering a little bit again on the onset of summers. To understand what's happening out there, you have to ignore the generic year-over-year headlines. Trace the month-over-month momentum of 2026. In February, the market hit an absolute floor at $1 million. March ticked up slightly to $1,017,000. April, it jumped to $1,051,000, and right now, looking at May, we are sitting slightly under $1,070,000. Now, a lot of amateur analysts look at the linear $60,000 increase and say, see, the spring market is roaring back. Well, this is a massive illusion. This isn't a buying boom. It's an artificial inventory squeeze. Sales volume only rose to minor 6.3%. The reason listings dropped by nearly 19% is because sellers are completely paralyzed. They're looking at their current mortgage rates, realizing that they can't get the peak pricing anymore, and they are refusing to list or actively pulling their homes off the market. The inventory trap means that the absolute pool of qualified buyers have shrunk right along the listings due to structural carrying cost. The market isn't booming, it has split into two. Now let's talk about this two-tiered market. If a property is a prime, premium, AAA detached asset in a top-tier neighborhood, wealthy buyers with deep capital are buying it, and that is what artificially pulling the average prices up. If your home has been rotting on the market for 30, 45, 60 days in your suburbs, your real estate agent is probably telling you that it's a marketing problem, or that you just need to do another Sunday open house. It's not. It's an asset issue. In this environment, buyers hold the leverage. They are no longer emotional, and they are hyper-focused on immediate turnkey utility. In this market, it will not sell. And if your property has an awkward layout, outdated mechanics, or a carport instead of a attached garage, you are facing a massive condition penalty. Today's buyers are running math on material cost, contractor labor to fix those issues, and they're deducting straight off your asking price. This is what's happening. This is what my clients has been doing. To be completely blunt, if you bought a flawed property years ago because you got bad real estate advice, you cannot pass on that mistake on today's buyer. We were just trying to negotiate an offer a couple of days ago. The seller bought this property for around $900,000 in peak market, spent almost $120,000 to convert it into a legal duplex, renovated the main floor as well, and now they're expecting, you know, how can we get the maximum amount of money for that listing? And the current market value for that property is not over $800,000. If you're listening to real estate agents telling you that low inventory means prices are going to explode back to 2022 levels, just stop, because they are reading the data completely backward, or they just suck at basic math. Look at the brand new TRREB numbers that just dropped for May. The media is running around screaming that new listings across Greater Toronto area absolutely cratered, like down a massive almost 19% year over year compared to May 2025. In a normal market, when supply drops nearly 20%, prices go up. But look at what happened under the hood. average selling prices in GTA dropped to $1,070,000. That is 4.6% decline compared to last May. In plain English, supply shrank by nearly 20%, but average home still lost over $50,000 in asset value. We are going to pull back the curtain on actual month-over-month data of 2026 and exposing the real reason why your home might be rotting on the market and handing first-time home buyers exactly the structural playbook to exploit this anomaly. Hi everyone, this is Harji Sidhu, your realtor, builder and real estate investor based out of Toronto and Kitchener-Waterloo region. I help people buy, sell and build their dream home in Canada, and I am on mission to help 1,000 people like yourself build financial freedom through real estate. So if you're a first-time home buyer looking at this data, this is your absolute golden window. For first-time home buyers in years, you have the actual negotiating power. You can put conditions into an offer and actually do your all due diligence. But do not use this opportunity to go out and buy a pretty turnkey suburban single family home just to pay a heavy mortgage out of your own pocket. The old playbook is almost completely dead. You look for houses with right lot frontage, a proper zoning envelope and independent site grade access. You buy an asset at current floor because it has an outdated kitchen or a carport, and you use Ontario's provincial housing frameworks to convert that footprint into a legal duplex by building a secondary suite, and you let the tenant pay down almost 30 to 40% of your carrying cost. This is how an investor and an engineer like myself would be looking at real estate. You don't guess where the market is going. You engineer cash flow directly into physical footprint. Now, the math doesn't lie. 2020 market floor is established and inventory is staying tight. The buyers who win this year will be the ones who analyze the physical bones of the property and not the aggregate media headlines. So if you're a first-time home buyer ready to step off the sidelines and look at raw numbers, find a property that is structural and perfect for you to be able to convert your dream home, you don't need a salesperson. Or if you are a seller who want to take an honest advice on the current market value and the game plan, how to sell your property in this market, how to bring the motivated buyers to your property, just scan into this QR code here and we will book a one-on-one consultation with you. Alright guys, if you guys like this video, please subscribe and like this video and share this with your friend who is looking to buy a home. Till then, see you guys in the next video.